Hi, everyone. My name is Tara Snyder, and I will be your professor this semester for general psychology. In this video, I wanted to go over the syllabus with you and show you how to navigate the course. So this is the home page of the course, and this video you will find here. So I hope that you are watching this video first before doing anything else. Also on the home page, you'll see a link to your syllabus quiz and introduction discussion. These are the first two assignments that you will need to complete for the course. You will also see a downloadable and printable syllabus here and the schedule for the course here. So let me pull up the schedule real fast to show you how it works. So here's the schedule for our course. It is going to list all of the due dates for the course. So it's a good idea to print this out and have it handy close by, or if you have a planner to write these down in your planner. You can also access each of the modules from the home page. Another way to access the modules is to click on modules over here in the left-hand side. And I'm going to show you shortly how to get through all of the modules. But first, let's go over the syllabus. So like I said, I'm Tara Snyder. I office on both campuses. I go to both campuses. I will be in the faculty office building number 8 on the Cisco campus. At the Abilene campus, I will be in room 155. So I don't actually have an office in Abilene. So I just hang out in my classroom, or you can find me other places as well. If you are wanting to meet with me, make sure to shoot me an email prior to the meeting, and I can make arrangements for a space for us to meet on the Abilene campus. I only have a phone on the Cisco campus. I've listed my phone number, but it's best to just email me when you can. You can either email me through Canvas, or you can email me directly at tara.snyder@cisco.edu. Please make sure whenever you are emailing me that you tell me what class you are in, and you also tell me what your name is. So make sure to sign your emails. My office hours on Mondays, I will actually hold a remote office hour, and that is through Zoom. The ID number for each of my Monday office hours is going to be 760-009-1272. And I'll show you how to access that shortly. So that's going to be on Mondays from 6:30 to 7:30. On Tuesdays, I will be in room 155 from 12 to 1 before class. On Wednesdays, I will be in 155 from 10 to 12 after class. And on Thursdays, I will also be in 155 before class from 12 to 1. Other times are available by appointment, either on either campus or via Zoom. If you would like, you can read a little bit about the course description and the course structure and credits. I will tell you that this course's homepage is managed on Canvas, as you should already know. And I give you some instructions on how to access Canvas there. Communication between myself and you will be primarily through this website. Assignments, exams, and instructions along with classroom discussions are also here. When contacting the instructor, use Cisco Gmail or Canvas email. You should check the site often for updates. You'll need to check during each unit for what assignments you need to do. You can also find all of that on the schedule. If you do not have access to a working computer or cannot use Canvas, this class is not the best choice for you. Also, please do not attempt to use your cell phones or iDevices to submit your work. It doesn't seem to work quite as well if you're using your phone as it does if you're using an actual laptop or desktop. So because this is an online course, students are responsible for getting information on their own while taking the online course. The information will come from the textbook. Posted lecture notes are for a supplement to the textbook, which can be found under modules in Canvas. There are no prerequisites for this course, and it is transferable. Your textbook is free online. So if you click that link, it says that it'll take you to the accessibility and privacy statement page. It's not taking me anywhere. So I will show you how to get to your textbook when we go to modules. You can read about the student learning outcomes and objectives. Here are the major units of study. And then we have our method of assessment and grading policy. We have 4 chapter exams worth 100 points each, 1 syllabus test, 20 points, 2 reaction assignments worth 50 points each, 18 discussion essays worth 10 points each, and a final exam worth 200 points. So a total of 900 points are available. You need 792 points to make an A in the course. Okay, for the exams, there are 4 unit exams consisting of 50 multiple choice questions. Students will have 1 hour to complete each exam. Once the student begins the exam, it must be completed in 1 sitting. The student must be sure to save all answers before submitting the test, and it is imperative that the student completes the test once he or she begins the test. So you can't start your exam and then walk away from it and expect to come back to it. It will time out. You are not allowed to retake an exam. Exams will not be reset under any circumstances. Therefore, it is imperative that the student completes the test on the first try and that the test is taken on a reliable computer in a reliable building. In other words, one in which the electricity will not randomly go off or the Wi-Fi won't go down. Don't take your exam during a thunderstorm or any other risky weather that might shut your computer or your internet down. So all of the exams are due on midnight. To study for the exam, you may print off the unit exam reviews at the beginning of the module and use these to prepare for the multiple choice exams. These reviews will not be submitted for a grade. They are provided as a study guide for the students. Okay, your syllabus quiz is 9 multiple choice items covering the material in the syllabus and 1 file upload question. You will have 20 minutes to take the quiz. Before taking the quiz, you must review the syllabus as well as complete the AI Student Guide course located in the left navigation bar. At the end of the AI Student Guide course, you will take a quiz and download a screenshot of the AI Student Guide completion record. After doing so, proceed to take the syllabus quiz. Reaction assignments. Students are asked to retrieve a professional peer-reviewed journal article from the Cisco College Library database system. The student will read the article, then type a 1-page double-spaced summary of and reaction to the article. The student will also create an APA reference for the article. To submit the reaction assignment, first create the assignment and save the assignment in PDF format. Click on the Assignments tab. Click on either Reaction Assignment 1 or Reaction Assignment 2, whichever one you're turning in. Click on Browse for Local File. Choose the file. Click on Attach File. Click Submit. The assignment must be turned in on or before its due date. All assignments are posted by and due by midnight on their due dates. Discussions. The student is asked to respond to 18 discussion postings by the professor. Unless otherwise directed, the student should respond to the professor's discussion posting with at least 5 well thought out and organized, as deemed by the professor, sentences. For each sentence under 5, 2 points will be deducted. Points will also be deducted for grammar, spelling, and punctuation mistakes. Students must also respond to at least one other student's posting. If a student does not respond to another student's posting, 4 points will be deducted. All discussions are due at midnight on their due dates. Discussions will, all of the, it says discussions will not be reopened under any circumstances, but all of the assignments are open for the entirety of the semester. But as you can see here, late work, extra credit policy, any assignment of exam that is submitted late is subject to a 2% point deduction per day. No exceptions. So that's already built into the grade book. If you turn in any late work, no matter what the excuse is, you will be deducted 2% in points per day. There's also no provision for extra credit in this course. And then the final exam, it is 100 multiple choice questions. It's due by midnight on its due date. To study for the final exam, review all 4 unit exam reviews, which are located at the beginning of each module. The final exam is taken directly from those exam reviews, 25 questions per review. Students are expected to follow all classroom policies listed in the course syllabus. College-wide policies can be found in the official catalog and the student handbook. Inappropriate behavior in the classroom. And when I say classroom for this class, it means our online environment shall result at a minimum in a request to leave class. The student handbook contains a list of specific prohibitions. Dual credit courses are more challenging than high school courses and expect students to complete work on par with any other college student, demonstrate maturity and openness to new and varied ideas. Student information, attendance, and performance grades will only be discussed with the student. So if you are a dual credit student, please note that I will not discuss your grades or your performance with your parents. So your parents are not, I am prohibited actually from discussing these grades, your grades or performance with your parents. So it's useless for parents to email me. Course content. College level courses may include controversial, sensitive, and/or adult material. Students are expected to have their readiness for college level rigor and content. An online format does not warrant less respectful behavior and will not excuse offensive behavior. Respecting diversity in an online format requires the respectful address of ideas without personality or identity assumptions. Dual credit students will comply with all enrollment, attendance, and financial aid course policies by Cisco College and their high school. Policies regarding disclosure of information regarding student performance, withdrawing from a class, and student support services may be found on the Cisco College Dual Credit webpage. Academic integrity. It is the intent of Cisco College to foster a spirit of complete honesty and a standard of integrity, high standard of integrity. The attempt of students to present as their own any work they have not honestly performed is regarded by the faculty and administration as a serious offense and subjects the offender to disciplinary action. The student handbook contains a list of academic integrity definitions and violations. Violations are reported, multiple violations are tracked. The student handbook contains a list of academic integrity definitions, violations, and disciplinary actions. Plagiarism. If the student is caught plagiarizing or copying another's paper or discussion, he or she will automatically receive an F on the assignment with no chance of redoing the assignment. Okay, and next is a big one. It's new and it's about AI. And I will show you in more detail some of these things shortly when we finish the syllabus. AI generated writing. The use of generative AI tools, for example, Chat GPT, DALL-E, Grammarly, etc., is permitted in this course for the following activities: brainstorming, fine-tuning your research questions, finding information on your topic, drafting an outline to organize your thoughts, or checking grammar and style. The use of generative AI tools is not permitted in this course for the following activities: impersonating you in classroom contexts, such as using the tool to compose discussion board prompts, writing sentences, paragraphs, or papers to complete individual or group assignments. You are responsible for the information you submit based on an AI query. For instance, that it does not violate intellectual property laws or contain misinformation or unethical content. Your use of AI tools must be properly documented and cited to stay within college policies on academic honesty. Any assignment that is found to have used generative AI tools in unauthorized ways will earn a 0. When in doubt about permitted usage, ask for clarification. In other words, I think that we are at a time and age in history of the world where AI is often used. I would be telling a fib if I said I did not use AI. I used AI this summer. My daughter taught me how to use it, and I created a study guide for the LCDC exam that I was about to take, and it was extremely helpful in helping me study for the LCDC exam. I think that I often use AI to help me come up with ideas on how to do things or answers to questions. Um, I think that AI is a great tool and can help us a lot. But what I want, in a nutshell, I do not want you to use AI for your own critical thinking. It should not take the place of your own critical thinking. So in your discussion posts, you do not need to use AI to come up with your discussion post. You can use AI to check your grammar, spelling, punctuation, things of that nature, but it should not come up with the ideas for you. Cross-listed course sections. For reasons of pedagogy and course management, this course may be cross-listed with one or more other course sections on Canvas. Cross-listed course sections may interact. This is applicable to cross-listed sections of any format. Okay, so for instance, in this online class, there is a possibility that you will be in class with other students, either other dual credit students from various high schools or other general population students enrolled at Cisco College. So there is a possibility that in this class you will be interacting with high school students as now dual credit students can start taking dual credit their freshman year, but I typically get juniors and seniors in my general psychology class. So we have students as young as, say, juniors in high school, all the way through adulthood. So be mindful of that as you interact with one another, especially in your discussion postings. The schedule and procedures in the syllabus are subject to change if deemed appropriate by the instructor. Please read about the disability or ADA services or ADA accommodations. If you have appropriate accommodations, please contact the disability services coordinator prior to receiving accommodations. prior to the beginning of the course. Dual credit students should follow Cisco College procedures to receive accommodations, as high school accommodations do not apply to college courses. The high school counselor can assist you in contacting the Disability Services Coordinator. You can read about Title IX, parenting students. This is regarding students that have kiddos. House Bill 1508. Student help and resources. You are encouraged to utilize the Canvas and online learning resources provided on the Distance Education webpage and the student resources provided on Canvas. For assistance, email online@cisco.edu or call this number. For assistance with college computers, software, and email, contact the help desk at helpdesk@students.cisco.edu. As far as attendance is concerned, prompt and regular class attendance is necessary for satisfactory work. Attendance is defined by physical attendance or, because this is an online class, participation in an academically related activity. You can see the college catalog for the full class attendance policy. I will tell you that an academically related activity, as far as attendance is concerned for this class, means that you are submitting work. So it does not mean that you are reviewing pages. It means that you are actually submitting work. If you have not submitted at least one assignment before the census day, then you will be dropped from the course. I was going to see if I can pull up the academic calendar to tell you when the census day for this semester is. The census day for fall 2025 is September 10th. So you do have assignments due before September 10th. So I fully expect that you will have submitted an assignment before then. I will be taking attendance each Monday. If the previous week's assignments were submitted on time and all assignments, with the exception of the final exam and exit discussion, are due on Sundays. If you have submitted if you have submitted the previous week's assignments on time, you will be counted present. If the assignments were not submitted, the student will be counted absent. If I see that there's no activity from the student for 2 weeks, the student may be dropped from the course with no further notification. If the student stops participating in the course after the drop date of the semester, that's also on the academic calendar. Pull it back up again. The drop date for the semester is October the 24th. So if the student stops participating in the course after the drop date of the semester, you will receive an F for the course. Sorry, we've all had COVID at my house, so we're all kind of getting over it here. Student technology in the classroom. Now, I mentioned this at the beginning of the syllabus. Since we're not in a face-to-face class, it doesn't necessarily apply to you, but I will say that using a phone to submit your work is not the best idea. Okay, so now let's go over course navigation. So as I told you, you can get your syllabus and schedule from the homepage. You can also access each module from the homepage, or you can go over here directly to modules. In the introductory module, I have the introduction discussion, the syllabus quiz, and the reaction assignments. For the reaction assignments, make sure that you watch all of these or both of these videos. Well, I think that's a video too. So make sure that you watch all of these videos before submitting your reaction assignments. As you can see, the reaction assignments have due dates, but you can turn them in early if you would like. Let me show you how to do the introduction discussion. This is going to be a video. This is also the only discussion that you will not need to submit or reply to another student's posting. So if you were going to submit your introduction discussion, you'll click on it, then hit reply, and then click on this little button, which is record or upload a video. And then you want to upload or record media, and then hit record. You will then hit start recording, and you will answer the questions in the introductory discussion, which are, you need to provide at least 3 interesting facts about yourself, introduce yourself, and tell the class what you are expecting out of the course. The video should be 1 to 2 minutes in length, so nothing too extensive. Make sure that you are fully clothed. And it's funny that I say that, but there have been students that have posted videos without their shirts on before. Don't do that. Okay, the syllabus quiz. Before you take the syllabus quiz, which is only 10 total questions, make sure that you watch this video, look over the syllabus on your own, and go through the AI student guide, which is found in the left navigation bar right here. So before taking the syllabus quiz, click on AI guide. You're going to go through all of these. You're going to read through all of the AI guide, and at the end of the AI guide, there is a quiz. You're going to take that quiz, and this shows how to submit a completion record. So you're going to click on grades. Then you're going to click print grades button, and then you're going to save it as a PDF in the print dialog box. So it tells you right there. So once you save that PDF, you're going to upload it as one of the questions on your syllabus quiz. So make sure, even you don't have to go through the AI guide or take the quiz more than once, because I am going to assume that you probably are going to be having to do this in many of your classes. So once you get that PDF, you can upload it on that specific question for my syllabus quiz, but you will also need that PDF for other classes, I'm sure. And now back to our course. So that gets you through the introductory module. Now let's look at the unit modules. All 4 of the unit modules are similar. The first thing that you're going to see is an exam review. Click on this, print it out, whatever you need to do. You are not completing this for a grade. However, it will, number 1, help to guide you as you go through the course material. And number 2, it will help you to study for your multiple choice exam, unit exam, and then ultimately your final exam. So there are 100 questions on each exam review. I pull 50 of those questions to make up the exams. And then I pull 100 from all 4 of the exam reviews for the final exam. Then for each unit, for each chapter, you will see a PowerPoint. You will see a video. Most of these are from me lecturing. Now, one thing I want you to understand is I created these lectures during COVID, so the material is relevant. However, the chapters do not coincide with the textbook that we're using now, so disregard that. I have the lectures in order as they should be in modules. The next thing you're going to see are other blue links, and this takes you to the textbook. So if you click on that first blue link and open in a new window, it takes you directly to the textbook. It's all online. You can either navigate the textbook here in the left navigation from the OpenStax website, or you can navigate the textbook as you go throughout the module. At the end of each chapter is your discussion. So you'll click on the discussion, reply to it. Make sure, like I said, that your discussions are at least 5 sentences. Utilize correct grammar, spelling, punctuation, etc., and capitalization. Make sure that each sentence begins with a capitalized word. And then you must reply to at least one other student's posting. All discussions are worth 10 points. Then you go to the next chapter and it's the same format. Some of the videos I have put in here are actually not me lecturing. They are videos that I have found on YouTube that I found relevant to our material, and some of them are actually me lecturing. Then there's the PowerPoint video, textbook, discussion. It's the same for all 4 chapters in each unit. Then at the end of the unit, you will take your exam. Your exam, all unit exams are 50 multiple choice questions. You will have 1 hour to complete each unit exam, and you must do so in one sitting. All 4 units are laid out the exact same way. And then at the end, you're going to do 2 things. These are the only 2 assignments that are not open yet. Everything is open from day 1, so you can work ahead. The exit discussion follows the same format as all of the chapter discussions. And then you have your final exam. And both of these are due on December 9th. So all of the assignments throughout the semester, except for the exit discussion and final exam, are open from August 25th and close on December 7th. December 7th. Keep that in mind. I will not reopen anything after December the 7th. You may submit work late, but if you do so, you will have a 2% deduction in points per day, no matter what your excuse might be. If you know that you're going to be gone or you're going to have doctor's appointments or go into the hospital, then you need to work ahead. The exit discussion and the final exam will open on December the 2nd and they close on December the 9th. Okay, one last thing that I want to show you. I told you that I will host a Zoom meeting every Monday night from 6:30 to 7:30. This is for office hours. Click on Zoom in the left navigation bar. And then each of these meetings, you would just have to click on them to get into the Zoom meeting if you have questions or comments or concerns. You can reach me that way, or feel free to email me or to inbox me over here directly in Canvas. Okay, I hope you all have a great semester. If you come across any needs, please let me know. And before we know it, it will be December, and hopefully you've learned a lot of really cool things about how human beings behave.